Hey man, like shift the screen a little bit, bro, because like I can't see shit. All it looks like is a negative of himself.
After trying for hours, we finally get the cameras working.
I got shit audio. Hold on just a second. We're gonna do it up. All right. Last piece of the puzzle.
Oh, headphones. Shit.
It's hard on a man in 2021, you know?
Somebody said add headphones and you'll up your subscriber rate.
Doesn't have to do anything. Oh, hey, I fuck with you, bro. You're a cat person. Cheers to you.
Hey.
Along. Cheers to you.
That's absolutely true too.
Click, click.
If cats trust you, I firmly believe like cats are connected to like whatever extraterrestrial beings created us. So if they trust you, like if a spaceship came down to rescue the cats, they would take you too.
Oh man.
Are we on camera?
Yeah. We
Okay,
are.
Cool. So like, all right. So I don't know how comfortable I feel talking about this, but fuck it. So like, I'm down Nashville. It's my hometown, Music City. You know, right there by the Mason Lodge, like in front of the Mason Lodge, steps coming up.
Right.
There's these two statues that are like holding these globes, and at the bottom of them are these feet that they're like talons. They look like reptilian talons, right?
It's by design.
And I'm like, what's going on there? Is it like reptilian? Is it clicked into like the David Icke shit? But like, I went to Chickwood, which is out like kind of northwest Nashville. And it's this big botanical garden that was owned by the Chickwood family. Well, they got this statue of like a sphinx, but it's the chick of the manor back in that day when they owned the manor. It's like her head is on the sphinx body. And I was like, hold up, those sphinx feet look just like the one at the Mason's Lodge. I thought they were reptilian, but it kind of led me to believe like, what if we're wrong about the reptilian shit? And I'm not saying we're wrong because I take that back. Like, I don't really subscribe to that. It could be true, but like the lion feet, man, there was actually like identical to that statue. It tripped me out. Like, what if we were made by like lion people that were part human or something?
Correct. Like I always thought about the Sphinx as I was like, man, the Sphinxter.
Sphinxter?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're an idiot.
And like over time,
you're a fucking idiot.
I kind of forgot where I was going with that. But
they're actually like glorious beings. You're just disrespecting like the most pure being on the universe.
Right. Well, I was thinking about like the fact that like the sphincter is where we release all of our negative energy. And the Sphinx happens to have like dead land all around it. Like it can't grow and thrive. So maybe the sphinxter, maybe that's where all the bad energy is coming out of the earth.
Maybe. That makes me think of this one dude that was on Facebook talking about, you know, in order to increase your chi, you should let your asshole air dry. And he literally had his butthole open on a picture for everyone to see on Facebook. And all the hippies were like, oh yeah, that sounds great. I'm going to try that. I'm like, this isn't getting reported. Like, what the fuck?
If you,
that's fucking weird, bro.
All about lining up the
all kinds of fucking weird shit get reported, but a whole asshole on cam doesn't.
People are like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we're all pink on the inside, right?
Well, maybe they didn't recognize it as a butthole and they thought it was a black hole.
You know, but black holes suck up light.
Say hi, buddy. You want to say hi?
Nothing.
That's my cat, Zai.
Zai?
Zydeco.
That's great. We got such a high definition like shot of that behind.
That pussy.
Cats have some booty, don't they? When they walk, it's just it's like look at the twitch.
Like them bitches.
Right.
Like I want to fuck that pussy. Come here, bitch.
And think about it. They probably don't think like it's immoral to fuck a human. They're probably like, hey, what you up to?
Nah, but see, bro, like nigga, like have you ever heard like that fake me out urban legend that like if you like poke a cat,
if you fuck a cat,
it turns into like a chick.
If you fuck a cat, it turns Asian.
Oh my god!
It turns into like a chicklet.
Yeah.
Kill it instantly.
Yeah.
Like God shames you for fucking a cat by making you murder a baby bird.
God
Damn.
With your dick.
Ew.
Just blood and feathers, man.
Like you ever seen the movie Seven?
Oh yeah, it's a fucking crazy movie.
Yeah.
I can't stand Kevin Spacey. Oh my god.
Like Kevin Spacey.
But he's a good fucking actor, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you something though.
I don't think he's acting. I think he's being himself in
Right.
shitty characters. Like,
Didn't you say that
Right.
shit before?
Yes, he is good at playing a
Himself.
shitty man.
Himself.
Like, you know, like that's I give him props for being himself. But I'm saying in Seven, there was one of the Deadly Sin guys. He like one of the things he did was he made a man wear a dildo cover on his cock that had blades and fuck this girl. Like, I don't know what we just said, but that made me think of that. What did we just say? Please save my life
Because he
here.
said Kevin Spacey.
Oh, well,
I'm not a fan of Kevin Spacey.
I was
Kevin Spacey equals bladed dildo dick. All right, look out for Kevin Spacey.
You know what? That's
He
going.
will space you up, bro.
Kevin Spacey equals bladed dildo dick.
Hey.
I think you found your title.
I gotta say that Kevin Spacey equals bladed dildo dick.
Hey, I don't understand it, and I don't quite agree, but it's in the movie.
Man, I'm glad Kevin Spacey's the scapegoat for all these American Film Guild writers.
Dude, Kevin Spacey is the devil's hero.
Bro, he was in Horrible Bosses too, man.
I thought that was Al Pacino, but you got a point.
In that movie too, man.
I mean, dude, Kevin Spacey put out a video where he was dressed like Martha Stewart, talking in a very
Yeah. Oh, that shit is creepy. He got real creepy. His last shit has been very, very cringy creep, bro.
Oh, it is so creepy, isn't it? And it's like not even realistically like it is it's in dude, we have released that shit. We have released that into the world now more so than ever now. We can communicate it with AI and with Google and with Facebook. We can spread it now. That mentality.
I'm gonna tell you something though, bro. Young, when you look at some of the shit that people post on social media, bro, if AI would become self-aware, bro, just from the shit posted on social media, we'd be destroyed.
I don't think the AI will ever be capable of being self-aware on like, I mean, like if it is, it's going to be based on some kind of human programming.
Right.
You know?
But that's
Like-
enough. That's enough.
It would take some kind of like spiritual induction to bring it on that last 0.0001% to
I mean,
be
bro,
like,
but that's all based on humanistic value, bro. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? And all it would take is, you know what I'm saying?
that's all I can base it on. I'm a human.
Yeah, but see, I got you. But the thing is, bro, all it would take it was just, you know what I mean, those opposite ends of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? The wholesome, righteous aspect of the human personality versus far left. You know what I'm saying? That's all it would fucking take. Like, god damn.
Well,
Like they're over here,
hold
and
on.
then they're all the way the fuck over here. We got to get them the fuck up out of here.
I'm beginning to think that it's more fact versus fiction in a way. And the fact that quantum science has led us to an understanding that thought came before physical reality, there was mental reality, has led us to a complete, like, it's like when the waves hit the other end of the pool and start coming back and blending with the waves that just came from the other end of the pool, and then they're going to bounce back and everything's going to bounce. We're getting to a point where
for example, you brushing my leg just now with your knee, like that.
right.
Yeah.
Like eventually we're going to
Yeah,
end
don't
up
do that.
making out.
No,
And-
no, we're not.
I'll be right back.
And with that, hey, look at his like little room there.
I know he's got like 2 controllers. Oh,
It looks like a
Alright.
space chamber.
God,
He looks
damn.
like Captain Kirk almost.
no, that's a disservice.
Captain Jerk.
Captain Circle Jerk,
You can call me Captain Jerk. That's fine.
Captain Kirk and Jerk.
No, that's not nice because you're not actually a jerk. Hey, by the way,
Yo,
do you have any kind of link or email that people can contact you at if they want to talk to you, because he's actually very talented. If you're talking about like editing and working with things, not everybody has a full grasp on everything, like myself. And it's those few people, that talented ones, who can just kind of touch anything and do and work with it. He's one of those guys. I is one of those guys where it's like,
don't send me any dick pics. Check out alliwas.com. There should be a place to contact me on there. You should go to all I was at, or it's EYE at alliwas.com. It's my direct email.
Like EYE.
Now here's the thing. The name, okay, his name is which is EYE, which is one of those things that's like the same backwards as it is forwards.
Yeah.
It's one of those
interesting.
palindrome.
It's a palindrome.
A palindrome, yeah. It's just,
hey, bro, your website doesn't fucking work, man. You're a liar.
Alliwas.com.
That's
ALLIWAS.com.
Now, that's what I'm trying to clarify, guys.
Okay, I got it.
Can you guys shut the fuck up for a second while I fucking clarify something, okay?
Go ahead, man.
His name is right? Mm-hmm. It's EYE. That's his name.
And the first picture I see is a dead bird?
Please, guys, the website is All I Was, spelled out as a sentence. ALLIWAS.
That's the first thing I see is a dead bird.
You guys do not.
Yeah, it's the back of the album, bro.
You don't want me to fucking announce this name, do you?
I apologize. Go ahead.
Do you want me to?
Yes, please. Please do.
Okay. You can reach at alliwas.com. Okay?
ALLIWAS.com.
Lowercase IWAS.
Hey, too many cooks.
We're cooking it. Hey, I got faith in your fans, man.
Have you ever had goulash? One time my father said he was going to make goulash, and it was because he was mad because he didn't want spaghetti anymore. So he ended up throwing a whole bunch of stuff in my mom's spaghetti, letting it cook for about 12 hours. He called it goulash.
Like possum, raccoon, duck.
No. Just pigeon, a lot of stuff in the house,
rice,
including ramen.
They put no duck in this shit.
Including ramen. If there was duck, I didn't know. Obviously,
raccoon tail, possum tail. That's it.
No. There was nothing hunted. We had food like rational human beings.
Was it good?
It was delicious. He cooked it till it burned, and I developed a taste for burnt food. That's all I can say. I was just like, dude, this is the best shit ever. Goulash forever. Look up goulash. You look like you're in
Here we go.
How do you spell goulash?
GULASH.
Andy, if there was one name someone didn't want you to call you, what would it be? Like the name that makes you cringe.
Adolf Hitler. He was a real jerk.
All right, that's your name from now on. Until you can call me I'm calling you Hitler.
No. He's lying. He's lying.
You know what? I am going to blank out every time I say the word. Every time, because when I edit,
he's lying.
Just so you know,
he's lying. Like if there was like,
I'll put cunt. I'll write cunt in like.
Yeah, that's fine.
If there was a nickname that he wanted to be called that was cringeworthy, it would be like butthole invitational expert.
I'll just call him a racist. I'll be like, hey, you're racist.
No, he's not racist, man. No, hell no, definitely not. Definitely not. He's definitely not racist. Like real shit, bro. Like I would have more grounds to be called racist than he does.
Hey, we got racial equality. What is it? Racial
equity.
Racial equity is a big deal right now, right? It's like we got the Black Lives Matter, which is the Black Lives movement, which. Hey, but check this out. We got the Black Lives Matter movement, and of course, Black Lives Matter. And I get the movement, right? Like if we could have a movement that stands for what we think it stands for, then yeah, that's awesome. Like let's promote the fact that cops shouldn't be killing black men. That's fucked up.
White motherfuckers or Spanish motherfuckers or Asian motherfuckers either.
Black,
right,
and all in between matter.
Yeah,
if you try to pick a point and say that matters more, you're a racist.
Like bottom line, I'm gonna tell you this. Oh, hold on. Let me throw this in real quick. Like there was a chick that that tweeted some shit one time that I saw. This was probably more than a fucking year ago, man. Where she threw some shit out there and I had to fucking retweet it, man. Where she put it out there just like this, and I fuck with this shit. All lives can't matter if Black lives don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it encompasses, you know, the folks that were trying to spin that shit. We're like, no, all lives matter. And the people are like, well, fuck that. Now you're trying to take away from the Black lives and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
All lives can't matter if Black lives don't. Just like all lives can't matter if Asian lives don't, or white lives don't, or Spanish lives don't, or Native American lives don't, or Arab lives don't, or Russian lives don't.
And you forgot X, Y, and Z. Look. All right. So we know before the movement that all lives matter, and I can get behind a statement that says, "Hey, we shouldn't kill."
I disagree with that. Not because I'm trying to fuck your point up, but
well, you disagree with what?
Like about before that quote unquote movement happening, that we agreed that all lives matter. I disagree with that.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. All right. So I'm saying right now at this moment, we can agree that human life has value. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I can understand wanting a movement where we say, hey, cops need to stop fucking killing people that don't deserve it.
Yes. Exactly.
But what I'm trying to get back to is that the Black Lives Matter movement was started by the CIA, which is openly public about being Satanists. A lot of them are openly public about being Satanists. And you look this up, don't take my word for anything.
No.
Don't ever take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for anything.
Look, two of us agree, and look it up. There's literally CIA agents speaking satanic rhetoric on interview. That's it. Go ahead, Derek.
And they want us to be mad at each other because of the color of our skin. They're using that to distract us right now, so that we're not uniting like we're doing right now. We're sharing information, and that terrifies them. So, racial equity is the word being slung around right now up top, right? And like if you think about the fact that equity is like an investment, are you saying, even though you're trying to promote, Black jobs and this kind of like outcasted thing and make yourself look like a hero supporting it, at the same time you're going to have racial equity where you think that a race is an investment? Exactly. That's like blatantly obvious that you're corrupt.
Exactly. And you know what?
Just life equity.
Hey, I want to point out, though, that not only are they using the African-American race as an investment, not alongside with the POC, people of color, where they're trying to get a little extra out of anybody who's not white, but they're also using the white people as leverage on their investment. So everybody's getting used in this.
Man, when I was a young man, I've done a lot of things in my life, but like one part I was in the diatribe, and I love all those guys. And what I want to say on that, it was like, I felt uncomfortable being around a bunch of Black people because I was scared. I was scared I might get jumped. I was scared I might get hurt. I got to know these guys and loved them like brothers. And I loved them so much. I started to look into like Black culture deeper than I would have if I hadn't met them. Mm-hmm. And like their love for hip hop drew me to hip hop like I'd never. I'm great at freestyle. With no shame, I'll say I'm great at freestyle. I've heard it my whole life. I just know it. I know it's true.
Put a beat on right now and prove it.
All right, I can do anything you want me to right now. That's my vow. All right, I'm out. That quick. That slick. I'm that dude. That dick. It's true. That quick. That swift. Not Taylor. I'm not fucking with Gaylord. He took over Opryland Park. I wish he'd bring it back from the heart. That's where I started. Now I finished. Like your bitches in my britches. Don't give a fuck, London britches. Falling just like you, dude. But not you, Virtue, because you still rep virtue.
Well, see,
power for an hour. That's valid.
Is that while I used to claim the label virtue, I'm kind of off center from that shit now because it might hurt you if my feeling is lost in the sentiment about how I feel about life and where it's meant to hit. I'm kind of lost with myself sometimes, how I feel about. It's like I feel like a walking contradiction, how I live without everything that's inside of my heart. Sometimes it fucks me up, but when I get fucked up, nigga, that's what corrupt is. But when I snap back into myself, when I isolate myself for a while, then I come to realize that I'm more than myself, but then I must be like fucked up in the game, but then I gotta think without this nigga so offbeat with the shit, but it's so fucking me up, but I'ma deal with this shit because I'm not corrupt with what and then nobody fucking.
Hey, I do this all day like payday. It's Mayday. Stay in my lane. I'm like 2 chains with 2 brains and 2 frames. What you gonna do to the dude that stops stomping on top of you after he done put you out in the dugout? Now I'm thugged out. What the fuck now? Bitches be on this shit. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Get the back off the back, backtrack, tracks back. Get that shit wax quick. Got that like clack, clack. Never stop on them stack back, my backtrack.
Snap back like a hat cap, nigga. The crack back. Get your ass off of some shit, nigga, where you get slapped back to a fucking realization that you thought knew when you was half track, lost half of your fucking age when you get slapped back.
Affleck.
Damn, you said Affleck.
Hey, I wish they bring Gilbert Godfrey back, man.
I miss that dude, man.
Hey,
Affleck.
tell you something. If you want to end a beat, say Affleck.
Oh man.
No, but you know, like I want to see black people and white people come together. I want to see Hispanics and I want to see everybody come together. But I really made a huge effort to connect with black people in particular because I grew up learning about slavery in school, and that broke my fucking heart. I'm like, how could this ever happen? I'm a white person. I cannot relate. And so when I strived, whatever it is, I met walls of distrust and fear that ended up in me losing instead of gaining when I really put my heart on the line sometimes. And I had to realize that that happens for everybody. Like if a black person comes in with their full heart, like a prophet, into the white community, they're going to get hated on by the haters, the people that just cannot get over the fear, the people that cannot get over the trust issues. And it's understandable. It's all understandable. And people are based on their own awareness, their own life experiences. But I love the fact that the government's trying so hard to separate us, and it's only bringing us together and making us realize it. They're pointing it out. And we're like, fuck that. We're all going to unite. We're going to rep love. We're going to do it right.
To that point, though, bro, I think that applies primarily to the self-aware. You know what I'm saying? And while you have large pockets of people that are self-aware, to that point, put your arm down, bro. I can smell you. But to that point, though, man, you got like as many people that are self-aware, you got twice as many people that aren't, man. And that's the problem. Because those are the people that they target.
A wise man told me 2 or 3 days ago that there's a lot more bad than good, right? But like good stands out because of that. It's like a blemish, on the bad.
I agree. Hey, was that me?
I agree.
Hey, can I ask you a
question? That
question?
was Andy. Yeah.
Let me just ask you this real quick, okay?
Okay, then I was a lie because he's not a wise man. He's
one thing that I had to learn myself, because I did learn about white guilt before they started talking about it. I learned about this when my father was telling me not to be friends with the friends I was friends with, right? I learned about the differences in that. And then I realized that if I am growing up in school and I'm learning about slavery, then every kid around me, regardless of his color, class, or creed, was also learning about something that happened a long time ago. So I disassociated my white guilt because I grew up in Delray. I don't know if you guys know what Delray is.
Surrounded by niggas.
I grew up in Delray. Literally.
Alana's pussy is big enough to let a man grow up in that bitch?
Right?
I'm just saying, like, when I went through it, it was like, it wasn't easy for me to be a scared white boy in a black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was for me. And I had to fight a little bit. And then I learned that they wasn't trying to kill each other. It was just like, if you can fight, let's see who's the toughest. Then I had to learn all these things, right, about that situation. And I went to fucking Delray elementary school, right out there in Delray.
Yeah, you were immersed in this shit, bro.
So when I was learning about slavery and stuff, I was thinking like, we're all in this together anyway, because I'm here now with you in the same place, and we're both learning that in the past, our ancestors fucked us over. It's clear to me that the Africans sold Africans and white people bought people, you know?
I mean, that seems to be the best truth we can derive out of like what's available.
Actually, I learned that it was the Arabs who went around stealing anybody they could from weak tribes and selling them overseas to the white people.
Yeah.
I gotta say too, not best truth. Like that seems like the most truth.
It is the science that we know now. And I mean, history. It is the history we know now. If we're going to go and change it, that's because somebody wants to change it for some reason. I don't trust people who aren't working towards the future. If you're not working off of our platform, then you're trying to change our platform, which is going to defoot all of us. We all need to work from the same platform and jump. We need to understand we're here together. It is 2021. Not one of us, not one of our family members has a relative who was in slavery anymore.
Hey, but on that note, I've heard like some redneck dudes be like, I think we should just forget it and let it go. Like, no, dude, you're not going to forget about the Holocaust. How fucked up would it be if we forget? They want us to forget. COVID came out when the Holocaust was supposed to have a world reunion. It hit right when that happened. And now they're flooding it with all these things. The Holocaust wasn't real. And it's very convincing, the Photoshopping they put into it and the channels they use. But like, we shouldn't just forget. There's value in that.
People are convinced that forgetting is tied into like understanding or remembering and all that stuff. It's a given.
That's a complete contradiction.
It's a given. We're never going to forget. Is a different story.
Yes.
Moving on has nothing to do with
if you don't want to look at a statue of Robert E. Lee, I get that. Like I'm not opposed to tearing the statue down. I'm also not opposed to hearing why you'd want to keep it up. I don't know any relevant reasons why we'd want to leave a statue of a man, period. Like that's just disgusting to me that anyone would want a statue of themselves. But if there's somebody that you really feel is a hero, like I get the Iwo Jima statue, but I don't really know what Iwo Jima is about. So I really can't even say that. But the fact that, a bunch of men would die to put up a flag, that's pretty dope. But what I'm saying is, we got to talk about this shit. And if people are just like, well, just forget about it. You're just like trying to stifle the flame. Like people have pain. People need to be able to talk about that pain if they want to.
You're absolutely right. Now, let me just get something across though, okay? Really quickly, because you said the Iwo Jima thing. Now, that is a beautiful example of statues dedicated to ideals as opposed to people. Now, Iwo Jima is anonymous soldiers holding up the flag of the country that covers the families and the people they love and know. That is something that every human being should understand, that if I had an AK to defend my family and friends against other AKs, I would use it. Period. Right? Period. Now, if you're talking about something that apparently at some point, regardless of the mind frames of the people at the time, be as racist as they are, certain men rose to a certain level. And I believe that the government itself is telling people to pick at the ideals of those men and bring them down. Pick at their ankles. Oh, they had slaves? Take them down. Take them down.
Like, and I feel for Aunt Jemima's family.
Right, right.
Like there's situations like that aren't fair to Black people.
Right. Aunt Jemima was one crucial example of like a woman who actually brought Black womanhood and motherhood and love into my life. Right?
I mean, that's what you think about when you see Aunt Jemima. You're like, these pancakes going to be filled with some love, bro. They're the best pancakes I ever had.
Right.
I want the Aunt Jemima syrup too.
Just
what do you mean?
Soul. That's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. I was confused like shit for a minute until you mentioned oh, we talking about the same Aunt Jemima?
All right, but what do you think about Quaker Oats, right? Aren't powdered wigs inherently racist?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they are because of what everybody jokes around, but I really don't know the history of wigs, I like the fact that I respect myself enough to be honest with myself, and if I'm wrong, have accountability. I've seen respect from other people in my life for that. And like if I fuck up, I say I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm incorrect, but I try to keep it real, man. Real, recognize real. And if you ain't real, you ain't real. You're a fucking lie. You ain't shit. You're a piece of shit, and you don't deserve to breathe if you ain't repping the truth. Like, the fuck are you?
Hey.
What are you? You go look in the mirror and figure yourself out because you fucked up.
Wait, back up, man. Back up, because let me tell you, I was not real for a long time. I, as an EYE myself, was not real. And there was a long time where things were going on in my head. Like, I used to tell people I went to the Woodstock 99 or whatever the Woodstock was, when the second Woodstock. I used to tell people I went to that for years as a lie to boost up my coolness and status, because nobody knew me. They just met me. And I would be like, yeah, I went to Woodstock. It was cool. We slid in the mud, because I knew they slid in the mud, right? But like, eventually, man, you get to that point where you go to your father and you say, you remember that time where you accused me of stealing that $20 and I denied it till now? Right?
I did it. I'm sorry.
And he knew the whole time.
He knew the whole time, 15 years later, but it floored him that I did that. He was like, this is a changed man. And in that, I, even to all my followers and friends and anybody who may watch this in the future, if you have something to say about me or something I owe you, God, give it to me. Please give it to me. Something.
Amends and mercy, man. It's a beautiful thing.
I want to just tie this up real quick with something that I heard from Jordan Peterson himself, like the Jordan Peterson. If you don't know him,
love that dude. 12 rules for life.
Then you either love me or hate me for mentioning him, or you don't know and you're in for something. Now, one of the things he said was, if you really, here's the thing, when you tell a lie, you kink the fabric of space and time. And when you do that, you cause a ripple effect in your life, and you may not see it at the moment. You may gain that $150 you wanted. You may gain that $10,000. You may gain that level of fame that you wanted. But then there's a certain area where you just hit a block and you have no clue what to do with your life, and you don't know why your life has ended the way it has. And then if you work your way back, you'll always find that point where you lied. And if you hadn't lied, you may not be where you are now, but you would not be at a stopped ending point. Every lie ends. Every lie ends in a knot, a place where you can't get all the way to the fucking end.
It brings you to a point where, like, confession only has so much value, and people will demonize you, and you have to be really careful how you confess about shit, man. Sometimes you can't, and like, you always can, but like, there's certain times that you'll get eaten alive if you try to make it right.
Hey, if you've done something that will make somebody want to kill you, really think, now that's all in your mind. Really think now, is there a group of people who I can confess this to, who not only wouldn't want to kill me, but could relate, right? That exists in this world.
Yeah.
That to me, there's this thing called the Facebook mentality, where we think because everything we see points to everybody's like this, but really that's only 0.0 something percent of the population. And there's a world for everyone. There is a world for everyone.
I mean, you can utilize that to start one and make that a harboring place for other people to attack their own demons.
It's already happened in many ways for many different forms of life. Like San Diego became the place, or San Francisco became the place where a gay man can go and just be himself. You can go to
There is a fairyland.
different clubs and nobody's gonna fuck with you if you've got your dick out, You know,
There's
no,
got to be something so beautiful about a rainbow over the Golden Gate Bridge, bro. That's got to be like a heart touching moment.
I mean, to me, it just seems like I see there's a center to everything. And if you go all the way to that extreme, then you can see people overreaching their bounds. I see that on every level. Even if I go to the far extreme conservative side, I see people who overreach their bounds, trying to tell a person you can't experiment even. You can't even do anything outside of the box. And then you've got these people over here who are trying to tell you you can make a new box. There's no box. As a matter of fact, think about the one thing that you want right now deep in your libido and then build around that. And that's the fucked up way to be. It really is, because your id wants to feed on any level of purity. It's your humanity, and that keeps you at a level of respect for life.
What's that Wall Street movie with Charlie Sheen and Michael Douglas? And like he ends up going to jail. In the end of it, he's like he does the right thing and he comes clean. He goes against him, he comes clean. I think it's Michael Douglas. And then like he's walking the office and everyone knows he's about to get arrested. But like they're so like in respect for him doing that. One guy comes up to him and he says, "A man looks into the abyss and he sees himself, and that's what keeps him out of the abyss."
True. But all the way to the extreme, the man who's about to take your head with the axe, the guy with the hood over his head,
Straight Skyrim,
may think that you are just amazing for admitting what you admitted. He may have some of the same urges and feelings you had. And in fact, like that's why he managed to get himself to be an executioner, because then it's legal. Like,
hey, it might make him drop the axe though.
But
in that moment, it might be the one thing that saves your life. Is this dude's like, this is wrong. I agree.
But almost always things must conclude. If he drops the axe, somebody else will pick it up. He must pull the axe all the way through.
Or he might just start a revolution and everybody just is like, yeah, we're sick of this shit. I mean, it depends on the situation.
It won't happen in an execution standard for humanity. It won't happen one way. So he has to pull the axe all the way and then repent what he did. That's the only way laws change. Every single time they've changed a lethal injection law, or that's how they got rid of the electrocution, except for one state. But that's how they got rid of it, was one guy did it and then gave his testimony of how horrible it felt. That's what changes it. A man must understand. We must understand what it feels like. And if we as a whole can realize we've already been through it, think about the Holocaust, killing twins to see how the other one feels, like murdering families. Think about it. We've already learned it. Stop trying to learn more, and just like, if we can just pull it all into a clear package, we can start creating our circular cities where we don't have.
We got all this shit, bro. We got all this shit. There's so much fun to be had. What the fuck are we doing fighting each other, making everybody feel bad? It's just dumb.
Exactly.
Dumb. Like we got shit. We can go fucking smoke some weed and hang out and build a wall by the creek, bro. Like,
and we will. And by the way, you'll be coming here to the podcast studio in the next couple of days, and we'll be having an actual interview. But it was good to have you on the Zoom. I really hope this works out, and I'll put all of this in except for deleting words. But I hope I can manage to save this recording somehow. But thank God we finally figured out. Because
how about this, right? Like, I think you're doing a phenomenal job. I really love the show, and I've told Andy this a lot. I'm speaking to y'all now. Like, Andy's a longtime friend of mine. I would love to see him succeed in any kind of way, but I'm also a very honest person. Andy is pretty much the exact same person on the show that he is in real life. And I really think that's what makes it work for him.
He's the same.
Virtue, I've never met this dude in real life except for like, I'm sorry, 1MA. 1MA. My bad. I apologize sincerely. But yeah, like fucking awesome, dude. Like you really make a huge part of the show too. I love seeing you on here. Like, and so that being said, is there anything that like y'all don't feel like you can normally talk about with each other that would help with a mediator in making the show better and making y'all feel more comfortable together?
Yeah, sometimes like this actual seat, like I don't have the funding, and the seat gives me grundle irritation.
Grundle?
Yeah, it really irritates my grundle. But I can only afford to get flat-based stools, and I don't want to go on further because honestly, it could affect episodes. Like during the like let's say episode 80, my grundle explodes.
Like, oh my gooch!
Right.
Get the stool, bro. There's stool on the stool.
Right. Well, I could just like
Stool on stool on stool.